to make your life meaningful. So if you do that, then the potential will be ripening because of the way of thinking. So that helps you to reveal your potential. So that way you can walk with your practice. So if you do that, then here it says you have made the meaningful life. Then this will lead to the Buddhahood. So what I'm trying to tell you is because these past few days I have been taught this precious teaching from the Atisha, and at least I myself believe that I have done quite a good job, because as His Holiness the Wolfgang Neugebauer, when I received these kind of teachings long time back, and not only to me, but he spread his advice to all his students, so that in the future, if you are able to spread such a precious teachings, and that's going to be the best, the long life prayer for him, that I still remember, and I will remember always. So therefore, is that because we always try to fulfill the wishes of the Bodhisattvas and the Buddhas, the great masters in India and in Tibet. So the best way of making offering is to value such teaching. That's very important, to value. We all have obstacles, of course we cannot deny, because we are still in the samsara. We have obstacles, we have unwanted circumstances, but bring them as an object for practice. And we really listen to their teachings, such a precious teachings, and we apply them within, not really the verbally reciting few verses or the memorize the root text, and just chant it. That's not enough. So bring it into the heart and make really meaningful this teaching. Then it is the best offering, the best supplication, the best prayer, and this way fulfill their wishes, and this way to fulfill the wishes of all sentient beings, and good for my life, this life, and good for the next lives. So this is the best way to apply such wonderful teaching. As Karagum Chung says, I recite this in Tibetan. Lone drondo macho na jiji chuso roame drondo chube kebala jingen troso chawayin. Which means, if your mind is still very uncertain with your Dhamma practice, then whatever you do practice, it is not Dhamma practice, he says. Very clear, yeah? And very beautiful. So therefore, need to be very certain and very determined with your practice to accept everything as it is. So he said that as long as your mind is very uncertain and no determination with your practice, then whatever practice you do is not Dhamma practice. As once you are very determined, once your mind is very certain with your practice, then every obstacle, every hindrance will become the supporter for your practice. Wonderful. Yes. I think it's wonderful for me. I don't know for you. I hope it's wonderful too. All right. I'm finished also. You are finished also. Okay. Good morning. I remind you the Bodhisattva, in order to help the limitless sentient beings through the development of, or the cultivation of the study, contemplation, meditation. Tegwa Chenpo Menga Gadam Legong Rinpoche Tase Changju Senpa Noru Tingwa Shechawa Shuso Gyawekedo Bodhisattva Mani Awali Pyogedo Changju Senpa Noru Tingwa Tuji Chenpo La Cha Sabo Lama Nama Cha Sabo Tebe Lama Cha Sabo 최종 탐지 방사신 둘러내는 계속 인문으로 로망 다도 좀 배워자 전자 시신 파괴에서 원배고는 군주성 인생도성 양은甚至유가 다벌사 나기 녜바 라자신 신지 주가 절매자 나기 윤대 바자신 신지 윤대 다벌사 녜다 꾸디 방사신 캐라다고 방화사 내가 충신 초시다 제가 진도 소화자 장단 인지 공자신 장수선의 땜벌사 미기 존의 방사신 다도 대바 땜벌사 초당 맞아 shum저신 멤버스는 땜벌사 로베 초와 방사신 최제 초에 초와 상생 탐지 방사신 파변을 잼벌사 눈지 탐지 방사신 공발하는 네벌사 차별 진능 방사신 다동만의 동벌사 라마 캠보 통해서 구배진도 제벌사 강사 최제 내생상 내당보의 생명은 변변도시 제벌사 심진 탐지 통해서 파만 부진 도시제 비교 조고 방사신 계획신이 임벌사 당당미기 생방신 강도대와 로아사 강남 사고 방사신 차고면만 내벌사 차비대로 하면 도진 탈외 소장 저거지 강도대의 최종화 대로다방 배벌사 통만 점바 강인과 당부팀이 루자데 대단한 군의지 신도니까 루미주 따로 네가 가자의 강도토의 심중세 대생 맞아 짜증 담배담에다가 점벌사 준비 선내 총회에서 선비선내 되벌사 네가 동반 이도군 강도 차당 유종세 주마시 주바신도 따 민인 생남 되버서 자자신도 따와자 우리가 내가 총회에서 혼절에서 따와자 외대 공부 담내신 레다시 로신도 나기당이 맞아진 차고면은 내벌사 따로 이런 댄서신 내려놓는 심중세 대세 나랑 내장신 두주님보 점벌사 가대 현다 통원체 시도 송을 나와다 촌인 노선 빠져서 다동 중진 내벌사 준도 현다 통원체 세남면신 진행 차도 통제 방안을 신지선에 송원체 저거 탐지 방제신 다도 수단 댄벌사 모감매진 상로에 다도 손에 두고서 현안 예보 방제신 구별 주진 내벌사 현안 당마 제베진 인지 편성 댄벌사 주로 구발면 대신 강매들라 눈바다 주주 남주권은 인생체방 내벌사 주성교와 기사고 라면 장수 첨부 뭐 손놈 신경 남다 다도에는 등거리 만남 첨부 다벌사 대달체는 손놈당 예시손이 조건주 리번 이장 세주의 밀루토가 되면 라면 장수 토가 주로 오케이 now next 대배 노당 수진 노 동엔 노당 퇴배 노 체용 모사 시베 노 시럽 니체 노든 데 okay talking about seven wealth. First wealth is devotion or faith. And the second is the morality. Third number is the generosity. The number 4 is the wealth of study. Then fifth is tell you it's kind of avoiding committing some wrongdoings because embarrassment in regard to others. And then the number 6 is mota, is the shame, wealth of shame. And the last one is the wealth of wisdom. The first, the wealth of the tepa means faith, is very important. As Nagarjuna says, 대신이 최초로 실업된지 양다 리니 조 실업의 등문조와 대바이 무슨 정말 우마를 정말 레나마가 그래 나와리 레나 Ratnawali, yes. That's the rosary of the jewel, right? Yes. And he has given 2 important points. One is the faith, and the number 2 is the wisdom. Now, with the wealth of faith or devotion, enter into the Dharma, he said. The tepa, or the faith, the devotion, helps us to enter into the Jin Dharma. Number 2, the wealth of morality. Talking about morality, there are 2 aspects. According to the Theravada tradition, the morality is avoiding harming others. And the Mahayana, according to Mahayana practice, of course, avoiding harming others, in addition to this, and benefiting others. That is the morality. I hope you still remember, many days back, I have ever mentioned about these 3 training. In 3 trainings, I have spoken, the number 1 training is the training of morality. All our practices very much based on the morality. So therefore, number 1 is the morality. Based on this, you can develop the training of the concentrative meditation. Then, because of this, you can develop the training of the wisdom. So these 3 training is practiced by both the Theravada and the Mahayana. Alright, so to know. Then number 3 is the wealth of the generosity, which is in the 6th paramita. So first, the perfection is the generosity. Number 4 is the wealth of study. So study is very important because no study you cannot contemplate. And no contemplation, then no meditation. So therefore, these 3 doors is important to apply the Buddha Dhamma. And then number 5, the wealth of embarrassment, but Tibetan is called tel. It sense to me when I think of this tel, the term of tel, is something like that, the wrongdoings or misdeeds that you make, then like you are giving a wrong image to others, wrong image to others, which causes a lot of negativities in the future. So therefore, wealth of Telyopa means like avoiding the committing any wrongdoings that causes like embarrassment or that causes like the further complications to others. So therefore, in order to guard their mind, in order to guard others' mind, and should avoid this action. So therefore, this is the wealth of the Telyopa. This is kind of a feeling of inconsideration for others' feeling or regarding to others. So it's to me a sense of like both, you're guarding both their mind and my mind. But next is the mota, generally very similar to each other. The tel and the mota means shame, both similar to each other. But the tel, the number 5 is rather for regarded to others, but the number 6 is rather to myself, because like when I'm alone, so I think maybe, oh, nobody is around, I can commit a lot of any negativities that I feel like insecure because nobody around. But in the Bodhisattva Avatar it says, although nobody around you visibly, but the Buddhas, the Bodhisattvas always see you. They can read your mind, and they can see you. They can see each and every the attitude, the physical, the verbal matter attitude. They can read, they can see. So in front of, if I do these things, which is very disrespectful to the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, so with this perspective, you are trying to protect yourself and being so honest with your practice and be respectful to them. So if you keep like this kind of attitude, so which is we call Mosasheba. Sheba, how do you say? The practice of what? Whatsoever, yeah. Feeling ashamed, yeah. But you don't need to be shameful, but kind of you are trying to be shameful, yes. Yeah. So these applying, these kind of a training, we apply on the moral grounds. And not because of just you find rumors or gossips, or people will say, oh, you are a very bad practitioner, or you are a really lousy practitioner, then you feel like insecure, you feel being shameful. Oh, I have been practiced maybe 20 years, 30 years. Now people will say that, oh, you are a lousy practitioner, so you feel like down. So not because of this, these are not important point. Point here is, as I said, we apply these training more on moral grounds. So protect myself, because realizing from the beginningless of the time of this samsara, we have been engaged in this kind of misdeeds and wrongdoings. Therefore, ceaselessly, these unwanted pain and suffering is going through, yeah, and going on with us. So now this is the time for me to protect myself. So realizing the points of the importances, so therefore, what I have to do now, or I can't say simply bodhicitta, compassion, emptiness, mahamudra, is so high to me, which is not suitable. I have to be very careful with the starting point. As I said, the starting point is very important. So if I start from the right point, then all my practice will be successful. So therefore, in order to protect my attitudes, the physical, verbal, mental attitude, that I'm not going to engage these misdeeds and the wrongdoings any longer. So from there, then you can, or I can develop all the rest of the noble qualities further and further and further. So that's why the starting point is very important. Therefore, the practice is applying these on very much moral grounds. Then the last one is the wealth of the wisdom. The wisdom, of course, everybody knows, very important. And as Nagarjuna says, as I have explained earlier, there are two. The faith helps you to enter into the genuine Dhamma. Then, because of the sherab, the wisdom helps you to realize the true nature. And to us, there are two aspects of the wisdom. One, wisdom that helps us to able to distinguish between the right and wrong, and what's supposed to be abandoned, what's supposed to be adopted, and what is the right, what is the wrong, that need to be distinguished in order to practice the Dhamma. So that is very important to us, rather than the wisdom that try to realize true nature of mind or true nature of the phenomena. That is quite impractical if you try to do now, because that wisdom starts or be able to develop because of that one has done the or to fully developed that the wisdom that is the distinguished between the right and the wrong. Sharananji. Norji Kamba Dedan Misi Pai Nordin De. These wells are the supreme or the noble wealth which lasts forever. Our worldly, the mundane worldly life, the wealth of like money, the position, reputation, the whatsoever, will not last that long, that as much as you expect. So, but this spring wealth will be lost forever, means until you're fully enlightened. So this will help you, and these wealth that lead you to the right direction, and these wealth that let you open your mind fully up, and these wealth that help you to realize who you are. Mimayina Jemicha, Mambu Malta, Jibunduna Samata. To Kadampa masters, when we talk about me, that is the Tibetan word for human being. Now, to them there are two categories in the human being. One is the genuine human being, other one is the fake human being. So the genuine human being is the human being who has the faith, devotion, and wisdom, and diligence. If you have, I still remember there is a word, something similar to this from Karagongchung, but unfortunately because of today's weather, I don't remember. Because it's cloudy, so therefore there's no sun, there's no sunshine, so there's no, my mind is shining. So forgot everything. But anyhow, similar to this case, I still remember the word, so therefore it says there, devotion, faith, as Nagarjuna says, this is the number one, helps us to enter into the genuine Dharma. Number two, we need wisdom. It's very important, because without wisdom, then we can't help myself, and I can't help myself. Simply rely on spiritual master or teacher, or simply rely on the instruction will not be workable, because I need wisdom that helps me to realize the fully and completely. So therefore, wisdom is important. Number three is the continuity. This means the diligence. Without the diligence, your mood is on, sometimes off, on, off, on, off. So this will never be successful, your practice. So therefore you have to be very diligent, not like Almudin's weather. So you have to be like the weather in Himalaya. So that is a very punctual and a very, yes, something, there is a sense of really this is a weather. So that is something like you can plan, oh, today's sunshine, I can wash my clothes and hang outside. So you can walk everywhere, you can go anywhere that you have no worries. So, oh, after 1 hour there will be rain. It's not like that, you know. So that's why you feel relief. So continuity is very important. Yeah, like rhythmically. So if you apply the Dhamma, then it helps you to achieve your practice. So if you have these three qualities, then you are a genuine human being. If you lack of these three, you are a so-so human being. to the Kadamba. Of course, to the Kadamba masters. Of course, we are so proud. We are really genuine human beings. Yes. Atisha says, don't mention these 7 wealths to the human being who is not fully developed. Yeah, because which is true. If somebody does not listen to you, then you keep telling him to cause another more and more complication, right? So somebody really trusts you and listen to you what you say, then it's worthy. You teach this person, try to make him or make her happy, and you will try all your best to make him or her the best. But if somebody really refuses to reject what you say, then no choice, rather than give distance. Don't want to go further irritate. So therefore, Atisha says, just try to keep distance, like this kind of human being. Mangyo nangdo ngagata means when you are among the people, then Kadampa masters instructed, watch your mouth, because you being so talkative among the people, you waste time, and there are a lot of distractions will be occurred. So this will disturb your practice, and this will disturb others' practice. So therefore, watch your mouth, the voice. Watch your voice. Of course, you can speak, but at the same time, you have to be very cautious and very mindful. This voice or this speech does really cause negative to others. Then this is called unvirtuous voice or unvirtuous speech. Whenever you are alone, at home or at a retreat, or wherever you are alone, then watch your mental attitude. This last verse is a very valuable instruction. Of course, all the teachings are very valuable, but the last one is much more, because examining our mental attitude is very important. And so this is the practice for the training of the morality, and this is also the training of the samadhi, and the training of the wisdom. So therefore, keep examining our mental attitude in any cases is the essential practice that protects your mind, protects your mental attitude, and this helps you to progress all your practice. So here we have completed these precious teachings from Atisha, the Sangye Semba Nobutuma.